This video contains both chapters 5 and 6 out of 6. This will be the last installment for River Nash's The Sound of Color. I hope you enjoy. Chapter 5. The sun dropped down behind the eastern horizon, and Rin was quite upset. He thought that they would have been there by now. The sky glowed a dark purple, and the horizon was lined with an orange light. Their footsteps no longer made large dust clouds. And Mac no longer needed Rin's hat. "Give me that back." Rin pulled the hat off of Mac's head, pulling hard on his neck. "Ouch," Mac cried. "Well, where is the river, the road made of water? You said it would take a day, and the day is over," Rin said, screaming and upset. "We are there." Mac pointed at a pile of big boulders that had not been there before. "What? Where did those come from?" "Go and see, the river is there," Mac said, bringing his arm down and looking at Rin. Rin approached the rock and saw a small hole made by wind erosion, or so he thought. The hole was just big enough for him to fit through. "You coming?" Rin said, looking back at Mac, but when he did, Mac was not there. "Mac? Where are you?" "In here," Mac said, from inside the hole. Rin climbed inside. He came into a large underground cave, where he saw Mac standing in front of the most beautiful thing Rin had ever and will ever see. "Oh my God!" Rin fell to his knees, the sound of its roaring paralyzing him. Rin crawled on all fours to its bank, and drank from it. Its coolness was so overwhelming that as soon as it touched his lips, Rin threw up and to the gravel that lined it. "You were right, Mac, the road of water exists, the river is real." "Yes, but we must keep going," Mac said, turning away from Mac, facing the way the river was running. "There is a greater prize than this. This is the greatest prize anyone on this planet could ask for, or could dream of," Rin said, splashing water in his face. Mac grabbed Rin by the shirt and pulled him up to look him in the eye. "No, there is one greater still. You will see now. Get in." "Get in what?" Mac pointed at where Rin was drinking in the river, and there was a boat, made of something no one has ever seen before in this world, wood. "How did that get there?" Rin said. "It doesn't matter. What matters is that we get where we need to go, and that means we need to get in the boat." Mac let go of Rin and they both got into the boat. "Push off." "What?" Rin did not know what to do. "Let's go, we're almost there," Mac yelled with excitement and frustration. Rin got out and pushed the boat into the river's current. Once they were in the current, Mac yelled, "Get in." And Rin clenched onto the boat. He was unable to pull himself up into the boat. Mac quickly grabbed Rin's shirt and pulled him up into it. "This is so weird," Rin said, not used to the motion of the waves. "Yes, but we are moving closer and closer to the sea," Mac said, holding tight on the rim of the boat. "It's getting darker up here," Rin said, noticing that the light that came from the hole was fading away. "Yes. Just rest until we get there, I will wake you." Chapter 6. Rin was awoken by a bright light in his eyes, and moist, wet air in his lungs. He sat up and felt water spray in his face. It took a moment for his eyes to adjust to the light, and when they did, he could swear he was still dreaming, for the boat had drifted into a vast ocean. Rin stared in complete awe. The water went past the horizon. "Is it like the sands, Rin?" Mac said, sitting at the back of the boat. "What?" Rin did not understand what Mac meant by "like the sands." "What I mean is, isn't the vastness of the sea like the vastness of the desert?" "Yeah, it kinda is." "We must keep going," Mac said. "Where would we go?" "We're in the middle of the abyss, water stretching out forever." "No," Mac pointed behind Rin, "look." Rin turned around and saw a massive rock erecting out from the water. The waves crashed against its cliffs, where a small cave sat just above the water. "Is that cave where we're going?" Rin asked. "Yes, let the current take us there." The waves came in quick short bursts, pushing them closer and closer to the cave. The cave would have been just a black empty hole, if it weren't for a glow, that was very familiar to Rin, the same glow that he saw in Mac's eyes when they first met. "What's in there?" Rin asked, as they stepped off the rocky and unstable boat, onto the rocky shore. "The greatest prize this universe has ever known," Mac said, going into the cold, wet chasm. Rin was astonished by all that was happening, but a feeling of fear grew inside of his mind. The fear of never knowing how or why any of this was happening to him. "Hey, Mac." "Yes." "How are we going to get back home?" "Trust me, once you see what is in here you won't ever want to go home." "What?" Rin grabbed Mac, and shook him up a little. "What do you mean by that? Tell me, how are we going to get home?" "We can't," Mac said, with a blank expression, as if he didn't care. "You son of a bitch," Rin threw Mac to the ground. "You're telling me I'm stuck here with you?" "No, just go into the cave and everything will be alright," Mac said, with blood dripping from his mouth, from being thrown. "Go and see." Rin stormed off into the cave, his shoes clicking against its floor. Inside the cave, to Rin's disappointment there were only thousands of leather-bound books. Mac came in and took a book. "Here," Mac handed Rin the book. "Read." "For what?" "This is the prize. These books give you a power only a god can wield." Rin took the book from Mac's old hands. "Really, only a god?" "Yes, once you read it out loud my eyes will become whole again, and you will be free to leave this place forever," Mac said, with a large smile. "Please start reading." "I can't." "What do you mean?" Mac's face turned sour, and his heart beat with anxiousness. "Just read the fucking book." Rin opened the book and only saw paper with no words at all. "Please read now," Mac said, getting on his knees, begging Rin to read the book. "I'm sorry, Mac." "What is it? Just read the book," Mac said, as he began to cry. "I can't read." This has been River Nash's Sound of Color. I hope you enjoyed listening to this story. Please leave a like to let me know if you liked this, or leave a comment and tell me what I could have done better. And subscribe for more content like this. The next story that will be told will be The Under. A tale of the end of the world and the two that live to see what happens next.